Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. So, guys, I had the pleasure of joining Chosen on his video yesterday. So I went on to a Chosen's Corner type setup, and all I wanted to do on this video is just to kind of crop down what was a 45-minute conversation where I had a ton of fun. I've just kind of pulled out about 10 minutes of some of my highlights. But I will link to the main video from Chosen in the description below. Go and check it out in full if you want to see the extended version. We had a lot of fun. We covered a lot of topics in Raid and in our kind of personal lives as well. So well worth a look. Enjoy the video, guys. I'll speak to you soon.
Alrighty, and now I'd like to welcome in Mr. Hell Hades. How you doing, man?
Hey, Chosen. Yeah, I do really well, mate. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. It's always fun. I haven't brought you on the channel. I think you haven't been on my channel since before you went full time on content, right?
Yeah, I think I was trying to think back. Maybe it was the last Chosen's Corner. It was a good couple of months ago, a few months ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess just in general about Raid, what are you kind of thinking right now? I know we've got a big patch coming with some balance changes and inactive arena teams being changed. What's kind of like on your mind right now?
Yeah, so I feel like I'm in a pretty positive place about Raid right now, but for the future. So it feels like patch 2.2 is quite exciting. It feels like the Void Tower is genuinely around the corner, genuinely coming soon,
Yeah.
rather than like it's this kind of thing way out. The balance change patch could be pretty fun, pretty interesting. So yeah, I think generally I'm pretty excited about the next 2 to 3 months in the game. But there's certainly some stuff. I mean, I've been playing this free-to-play account for a little while, and it is a grind. It is really hard as a new player trying to get anywhere in the arena, which, I mean, they've acknowledged it today, but it definitely needs a work. And that's probably the one area of the game that just needs, like, dramatic change and quickly, so you don't lose a lot of new players. But yeah, generally, I'm feeling pretty good about it, actually. How about you? What's your kind of feel at the moment? I know you've just had your kind of big shout, so you're pretty buzzy generally, but
Yeah, it's been.
What's your view on the game?
Yeah, you know what it's like. It's been a crazy couple days. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I put out a video about them like addressing the issues. One thing that a little bit disappointed me was it sounded like they're not really willing to change the missions in terms of the arena. But they are willing to change like the matchmaking and come up with some sort of mechanic. Like, I don't know if they're going to do it based on team power or account power. Is there a change that you would have in mind to make it better for early players? Or
It seems to me like what's happened is they've not adjusted to their number of players. So where they've been continuously growing over the last 18 months, all you've got is just like this kind of tightening of the ranks. Whereas, you know, you might have had most of your better players in Gold 4. Now those better players are just filtering down further and further and further. So it feels like they should just be stretching out the front. You know, Platinum should have stretched to 4 leagues almost as soon as they launched it. And therefore, a lot of those top tier players would have moved up 4 ranks. And then your kind of gold players would be staying in gold, fighting for Gold 4. Your silver players progressing into gold. I feel like maybe I'm looking at it too simply, but it feels like that's pretty decent fix to just kind of stretch your player base back out along the ranks and open it up again. Because I think they're right in a way. Don't change the missions to a certain degree, because the missions are there to try and get you on the straight and narrow. Like, follow this mission next, because actually you should be progressing in the arena. You should be progressing in, you know, your potion keeps. You should be progressing in wherever else. The trouble is they've not allowed their game to keep people being able to progress in those ways. So the missions are right. The game's not adapted to the way it's grown, I think. All of a sudden, you've got everyone pissed off because they can't get out of bronze. When you played a lot of other online games, I played a lot of other online games, and the worst feeling in the world is I can't get out of bronze.
what do you think about the balance change coming in like 2 weeks?
Yeah. Well, I feel like they need to be quite ballsy on it, personally. I feel like a couple of the champs that we think are going to be nerfed, they should actually be properly nerfed, in my opinion. And I really wish they would just, you know, invite us to a call and say, guys, these are the ones we're looking to nerf. This is the changes we're looking to make. What What do you think? Is this what we is it? Are we on the right track? Because we are massively involved in the community. We play the game, daily and at length. We jump on other people's accounts and we see a lot of the champs. So quite quickly, like really quickly, I think we can just see if something feels right or not. If a new champ comes out, just looking at their kit very quickly or playing around with a champion for 5 minutes, you're like, you know what, this guy feels a bit too strong, or I can't see that he's got a place in the game. So the same type of thing with these buffs and nerfs, we know how they feel right now. So if you tell us the type of tweaks you're looking to make before you've decided on it, surely we can help with that decision. Surely we can, swallow your pride, guys, and let us get involved, because we probably know the game better than the developers do in a certain degree. Don't you think?
Yeah, no, that would be. It seems like a free resource that, like, like why would it hurt? Like, what would it hurt? What would it hurt to get the? I know, like, Overwatch, they meet with their content creators, their community leaders. Like every now and then they have a Skype call, and I know they talk with the pro gamers about balance changes. Like, when you guys are practicing, what feels oppressive, what feels, and I like, it just seems like, why wouldn't you? Like, you don't even have to use it, but why not get that information?
Yeah, that's it. Just get people. Maybe it's 3 or 4, maybe it's 10, whatever you want to do. But you could literally just get people on a joint call for an hour and just be like, present to us. This is what we're looking to do, and we can just give you feedback. Just really quick, instant feedback to say, you know what, that doesn't feel enough, or you know what, you're probably tackling the wrong skill if you're looking to nerf, or you're tackling the wrong skill if you're looking to buff, because actually this feels better to do. It's just feels like it's pretty naive to not use that.
I also want to take a couple minutes and get your input on what the transition was like for you to go full time in content. Because this is the first time we've talked since then.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, actually. So I was working pretty long hours on content, but basically in my evenings. So I'd work like a full day at work, come home, have some dinner, spend a little bit of time with the family, and then I was just like, bam, straight into producing a video. So I was doing a video a day still, but I wasn't streaming at the time. So I was able to just about get a video out a day. I was working through to like midnight, 1 a.m. It was kind of crazy. So when I was able to go full time into content, it was almost like a breath of fresh air in a way. But then I've got pretty good work ethic, I guess. I put myself straight into streaming. So it's like try and build myself a stream community. So I'm on Twitch, same as you. And that's a really different form of content. It's a really different form of kind of communicating with a player base. Which I'd never done before. So that was a lot of learning for me. There was a lot of maneuvering my time, trying to get a decent kind of schedule in place that worked, trying to understand what people actually want to see. Because I got to be honest, I didn't feel like Raid was streamable. I didn't feel like I would be having viewers that would sit there watch me play this game. It just didn't feel like that it was the game to do that. So I was really pleasantly surprised when actually I do get regular viewers coming in and they're really interactive and engaged and that type of stuff. So pretty much I just kind of split my day into YouTube in the morning, streaming of my evening, and I guess the other thing which I've worked quite hard on is joining a management company that will benefit me as well. So I do have opportunities of some sponsored content and stuff like that to just really pay the bills. This is full time. This is how we earn our money. It's all about making sure you've got a regular income, and I'd say a diverse income, because if YouTube went bang tomorrow, where would I be if I didn't have a diverse income? So I guess because I've got a bit of a business background, I try and look at things like that. I'm like, right, what's the worst case? What could happen next week? And if that did happen, am I still okay? Am I still going to survive this? So yeah, it's been a really, really busy 5-6 months, because I've just been like grinding it out, but also trying to keep it as kind of high quality as possible, I guess.
Opportunity. Did you get any pushback from family or?
Oh yeah. Well, so a lot of my family on my side of my family, so my parents, my brother and sister and their families were pretty supportive, actually. But I don't think they understood that it could be a living. So I remember I was actually on holiday with them. We was on holiday, like a group holiday in this villa. Probably just before I started doing content at all. So even though I still was working full time at the time, it was about a month before I started doing any videos, and I was like, I think I'm going to give this a try. I really like the idea of it and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, they were like, oh, why don't you just go for it, And anyway, I did, and eventually I was like, I'm actually going to do this full time. They're like, what? And I don't think anyone could believe I was giving up, a reasonable job with a reasonable salary to take what everyone viewed as a massive risk. And that was the view. That was the pushback: is, are you sure? Have you can you absolutely make money doing this? Is it going to pay the bills longer term? And almost everyone said, what if the game goes down tomorrow? And I'm like, well, the track record is it's unlikely to. But if that did happen, I would just have to go and get another job. Like, it's as simple as that. But yeah, the worst pushback, I guess, or the worst feedback is actually from my other half's family, who don't really understand just how much of a kind of passion this has been for me throughout my whole life. And also just couldn't get their heads around that this is a job. So, basically my sister-in-law was talking to my wife just about a month ago, and she said, so when's he actually going to go back to his normal job? She's like, no. This is what he does now. Like, this is his job. Like, it's strong enough to stay as a job if he does it well. But yeah, so it was really difficult, actually.
But did you, was that a segue into you wanting to talk about Ashes of Creation? Like, do you
think,
or...
I definitely want to play it. Like, that's something. So if I look at games that are due out within the next 12 months, there's not a game out there that I want to get involved in as much as Ashes. I think, providing they keep going, they're still in the kind of early alpha stage, but everything I've seen looks really cool. And I was a long-time World of Warcraft player, so I'm kind of used to an MMO scene, but I've not played an MMO really properly for at least 4 years, I guess. Mainly because of time restrictions with work and family and stuff. So all of a sudden, my job's changed, and it's like, this is a really good looking game for me to have as like another game, either for my channel or another channel that I do. But it definitely feels like a game I could get behind. Yeah, it looks very cool, actually.
I'll kind of wrap it up here and let you kind of say anything you want as a closing thought, or shout out anything, or let people know what you're up to these days and all that good stuff.
Yeah, cool. Well, look, firstly, thanks for having me on. It's always a good chat with you, man. I guess in terms of what I'm up to, I've got my stream going 5 nights a week. I've got my YouTube. Hopefully you guys have seen it. But yeah, I just being optimistic, guys. Let's be optimistic for the next 3 months. Let's hope that these patches drop as they should, and Raid kind of peaks again. But yeah, Chosen, thank you very much.
Hey, you bet. It's always good, man. I'll catch up with you soon.